We want as much legacy experience, so we're doing it again. The noob's so nice, they named him twice. It's Stock, aka Callan. Callan, how are you, buddy? What the hell are you doing?
Mm.
I don't know what you
Oh,
thought you were doing, but that's not what it looked like.
Something wrong with a hologram? Or is your face supposed to look like that? Suicide was deciding you could ignore your superiors.
Let this be a lesson. Your only hope for survival is complete and utter loyalty. Sorry, I'm not quite sure where I am.
Prejudice set to maximum.
Hello, welcome to Keyboard Heroes, episode 47 on TGN.TV. As always, I'm your host, Brooks, aka SWTOR, and joining me once again for the episode 47 redo. We want as much legacy experience, so we're doing it again. The noob's so nice, they named him twice. It's Stock, aka Callan. Callan, how are you, buddy? What the hell are you doing? I don't know what you thought you were doing, but that's not what it looked like you were doing.
we're recording. From way up in Canada, where polar bears eat my garbage. What's going on to our fans?
Wow, I just can't get over what I just saw. Anyway,
She deserved it.
yeah, finally joined by our third co-host. It's the one, the only, the escaped from the storms of Texas, Dimbo the Mayor. Dimbo, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. Interesting opening to use the word finally, being that I was here last night and recorded an awesome show with you guys. So
Well,
it's not like
the show itself, content-wise, was awesome, but it turns out when you accidentally record the whole thing with your webcam microphone, that it sounds terrible. So
man,
there was no way we
terrible.
could release that episode. So we're re-rolling once again, and
Just like BioWare likes you to do.
but
Reroll.
we're farming legacy experience here, people.
But,
So
yeah.
get excited.
but I'm having a good night and excited to be here and hopefully knock this thing out. So get back to my Vampire Diary marathon.
Yeah, we don't
Here's
want
to
keep
you,
from that.
Sidor, for using the good mic.
Yay me. Dimbo, I know you gave us everyone a little hint or a little background on yourself yesterday when we didn't get to see it. No one ever got to see it. So why don't you take a second and give some people your background on your MMO experience and tell people what you do in the SWTOR community.
Yeah, sure thing. My name's Dimbo. I've been sometimes referred to as Dimbo the Mayor, Dimbo the Trooper. I've been playing Tor since about a year before launch. I was in the beta for over a year. Started basically when I heard about SWTOR. Just started reading and watching and researching every little bit of information that I could possibly find. Ended up tuning into the Galactic Underground on bootleg radio one night. They had me on as a guest just because they were confounded, I believe is the word. Sidor can check me on that with my knowledge of the game.
Confounded, dude?
Yeah.
Really?
Isn't that what I
Not a
said?
thing. No, that is not a word.
I'm pretty
No,
sure
that's probably the right word.
Can I have that?
I'll give it to you. Yeah, for
Okay, all right,
sure.
cool. Yeah, thanks. And so hooked up with them, did the Galactic Underground with them for a while. Wife wasn't really digging the 4-hour block of time on Saturday nights, so I came on over to keyboardheroes.ca.
As you
That's CA.
.ca. Been doing a podcast with these two Canadian guys, as some people like to say.
Just two
And-
guys having a good
you
time.
do, Dave.
I did write an article for Bootleg back in the day, just where I would gather up all the information kind of released that week in SWTOR, put it all in one place for you to read, and so my knowledge could be your knowledge. Since the game has been released, I don't do that anymore. As far as me personally, I like to watch ridiculously unorthodox shows about vampires and teenage sex and stuff. like Vampire Diaries.
All right,
Teen
so moving on.
Wolf.
Yeah,
No,
moving on.
no, I'm just
What
kidding.
a terrible series.
I'm just kidding. But I was a console gamer, Super Nintendo, Super Mario Brothers, Link to the Past. Moved up into Nintendo 64, Xbox. Ended up finally moving into Diablo 2 on the PC, which is really where I kind of started my PC gaming. And then from then I picked up WoW. I was in the Navy. A bunch of the guys on the submarine like to play WoW, so I picked it up and played that. Star Trek Online, DC Universe, Lotro. So as far as why you should care about what my opinion and why you should listen to me talk tour is just that I'm well read, I'm well researched. I've got a lot of experience. Been playing the game longer than anyone I know. So
Well, I mean,
do
you
have,
tested for a long time, right? I mean,
yeah,
you weren't really playing at that point.
Well, I mean,
You shouldn't have been,
watching
at least. You shouldn't have been
movies,
playing.
right?
You gotta be testing that shit.
Yeah. So, and I do have two 50s. I have Dimbo the Trooper, which I also write fan fiction about him and his adventures in SWTOR, which is dimbotrooper.wordpress.com if you want to check that out. And then I have my level 50 operative over here on the Imperial side that I raid with in PvP with keyboard heroes, and I'm a healer and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, right on, man. So Stock's got your Dimbo the Trooper site up now as well, but we'll maybe touch on that again when you're at the end of the show. But we'll dive right into it, guys. This week on 2 days' notice, we got patch 1.2 deployed overnight, and I don't know what the music's for, Stock, but you just keep your cantina down for 2 seconds while we
You are
talk
not
about some
where
of the
I
music.
am, that's for sure. I can't even hear you. It's so loud in here.
I'm gonna drop you from this call, guys. BioWare was so excited about this that they may or may not have sent us a video just to tell us exactly.
An exclusive.
Yeah, well, might have been just to tell us exactly what to expect in update 1.2.
Wait, like a real exclusive or like a Daniel Erikson exclusive?
It might just be both. So we'll check this out right now, and we'll be back to talk about it. Oh god, something's wrong with it. Oh my god.
Man, I haven't seen this video. I thought you were just replaying old news.
Something must have happened to patch 1.2. Who could tell us what Daniel Erikson, what are you doing? Hi Daniel.
Special guest Daniel Erikson.
Friend of the show, Daniel Erikson.
Podcast.
It is with great reluctance that they've had to pull 1.2 out of game update, rank Warzones out of 1.2. After careful consideration, you do think it's clear that you're gonna need more time. And in the future, they'll be rolling out ranked war zones in phases, listening carefully to player feedback and making adjustments as we go. In the meantime, we're going to have another way to get our gear and figuring out our teams. Daniel, thank you very much for stopping. Oh, okay. Thank you for pointing at me. All right. Well, Daniel,
It's not polite to point, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Daniel.
It's supposed to be intimidating. I feel like I'm okay with them pulling it now because Daniel Erikson is going to rub his abs all over my face and point at me if there's a problem.
I still think a little bit though that in that video, Daniel Erikson's abs may or may not have been airbrushed.
Yeah. Definitely big shout out, special thanks to Daniel Erikson for being on the show, and
His abs at the very least, right?
Yes,
At the
and for
very,
David Bass for
very least.
setting all of that up. We really appreciate it, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got me there, man. Good troll.
So guys, obviously rank 1 Warzone's not making it into 1.2. We found that out in a blog post from Daniel Erikson. Those chat bubbles were a part of his blog update, obviously, because there's no chat bubbles in game.
That's coming at 1.4.
Yeah, 1.4.
No, didn't they fix that when they fixed that you could emotes on mounts, right?
Oh,
No?
zing.
Sorry.
So obviously we're a little disappointed, but I mean, they obviously don't really want to have content in the game that isn't ready to be, put out in the game. Having it not in the game, obviously a little bad press. Having it suck and people rage about it, even worse press. So, Dimbo, I mean, how upset are you that we didn't get ranked war zones in 1.2?
Yeah, so initially I was extremely upset because this announcement came between 6 and 12 hours of dropping the patch. So, in my opinion, they knew probably at PAX when they were showing off the game and the update and everything that it wasn't going to make it, but that's not the kind of stuff that you announce at PAX, right? Hey, this is what we're not going to have in our game. So they kind of waited till the last minute to tell us, but after I talked to some guys about it and thought about it and stuff, I was like, you know what, if it's not ready, it's not ready. I don't want them to put it in the game and it be broken, kind of like when we got the quest to win war zones and stuff, and then they didn't count for whatever reason. I don't want to go through all that again. So they gave me everything else. They gave me my legacy system. I can quality of life stuff, like I can mount inside spaceports and stuff now.
Oh,
so
thank you.
Yeah,
Amazing.
So
Yeah, exactly.
I'll play around with that stuff. I'll let them fix the rank war zones, and we'll get it when it's ready and it's not buggy, and we'll all be happier because of it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like the whole kind of like rank Warzone preseason system seemed kind of gimmicky in the beginning, because if you can queue as a ranked Warzone group and you're getting backfilled with unranked who could like just scrubs, like how can I still win or lose ranked Warzone stuff when basically I'm not playing against ranked Warzone players? I mean, it didn't really make any sense. Stock, how upset are you that all you really have to do in PvP now is grind more gear?
I don't know. Unfortunately, there's probably gonna be a lot of people screaming at me, but I'm okay with whatever. I'm gonna get them if it was a grind or if it wasn't a grind, because I like the PvP in this game. So, and I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. How much fun is the new
excited?
Warzone?
Aren't you excited that you have to get new gear because your gear looks so terrible that maybe it'll be better looking gear?
I'm very excited for that. I've already started to readjust things. If anybody is playing a bounty hunter out there, I hope you agree with me when it looks like you have a big daddy pack on the front.
I'm telling you, that baby
terrible.
will protect you. No one's going to shoot a baby.
Well, and
No
here's
one's
the
going to
other
shoot a
thing.
baby. Who's going to shoot
There's
a
a
baby?
baby on your chest and a freaking, like a grasshopper on your head. Like,
Well,
it's
that's where you
hard.
set the baby when it's tired of being on your chest.
Don't troll me, bro. Don't troll me, bro. No,
How much fun is the new Warzone, though, Stock?
Really fun. I really liked it because I'm a big fan of All-Around. So I was really excited. We popped in and played a little bit on the weekend, me and SWTOR, and we won the first one, which was amazing.
Yeah. Shout out to
but-
Crowley from SWAT Radio, who also came
Absolutely.
over to TGN.TV this week.
Yep.
You can
I
check
was there
out
too.
Their episode 1. Yep, and you were there as well. We
I don't know if you were there. No, it was super fun, and yeah, I think we have some footage of it too. Maybe I'm not sure.
yeah, we'll get
Check
to that
with-
a little bit later.
Yeah, but I'm happy with it, and I'm excited for the new Warzone. And a lot of the stuff I've seen in 1.2 have been really good leaps and strides so far. And I haven't run into a lot of things that have been quote unquote, broken yet. So that's a good sign, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So later on in the week, we found out that to celebrate the release of 1.2, they were going to give every level 50 character 30 days of gameplay time. And
But you don't want to hear what I thought about the new Warzone?
I know you got to talk about ranked war zones.
That's fine.
I got to hear that you were there.
Yeah.
Basically, this caused a lot of rage because they said that their most loyal and valued customers were level 50s. Not, in a game that pushes reroll so hard, they basically said only level 50s matter enough to get 30 days free playtime, and that everyone was going to get the Tauntaun Ram. Dimbo, do you feel more valuable than somebody who doesn't have a level 50?
No, I don't. I mean, maybe their choice. I understand what they were trying to do, like maybe bring those people who were 50 before back, that kind of stuff. For me personally, I have two level 50s, and that's not because I play for 8 hours a day and all that kind of stuff, and all I ever do is play this game. I'll even say that I barely played the entire month of December because I was in the hospital.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, that was really only 10 days, right? 12. I mean, if you count early access.
No, it was.
11,
I
13 days, maybe.
I thought you were talking about how many days I was in the hospital. No, I was in the hospital for 22 days.
Yeah, but I mean in December. I don't want to nitpick, but
First, I was like, well, you should have a level 50 by now. But after talking to some members of the community, like I do, I really said, you know what? This guy, he said he tried out every single class, leveled every single class to 20. Well, guess what? You're not getting any legacy experience when you do that.
Yeah.
So here he's been playing since early access and everything, and he doesn't have a 50 yet because he's enjoying the game and he's rolling, and So I was glad to I was finally glad to see BioWare decide to go another way. And
They tend to do that.
and kind of change it to where now they kind of reneged and say, no, loyal customers, as long as you have legacy level 6, you're considered a loyal customer, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, stock. I mean, we had a little Manland Day this weekend. Hung out in the
Manland Day.
Played video games all Friday night into Saturday morning. We discussed this on the way to get pizza. No, you weren't in the basement.
Doing it.
But stock, what? Stock over here. I'm talking.
Sorry.
To you.
All right. Right.
I mean, obviously, legacy level 6 not that tough to get. They kind of broke it down. As long as you've got a couple of characters at a fairly decent level, you're going to be able to get this. How excited are you for your 30 days of free gameplay time?
Well, of course, I'm absolutely excited that I don't have to pay for the game to play for another month. I don't know if there's nothing really big coming out in the next 30 days. I don't think so. I don't think maybe they were doing that also because of other games on the radar coming in. I don't think so. Anybody prove me wrong on that? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. But I'm happy to.
Diablo's May.
Yeah, it's not in contention anymore.
Wow.
Sounds like it's going to be terrible. It's great, and I'm glad that they're appreciating their customers like that, and I'm really glad that they kind of went back and said, whoa, like, this does sound kind of dumb. That's true because, people don't... Endgame isn't everything for everybody, and that was the kind of crowd that, they're pushing to please because it's a big crowd and it's a lot of money. So, that's good that they made that decision because they could have pissed a lot of people off. Well, they did, and then they fixed it, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. So another thing we got this week was the explosive conflict Operation Video. We had a chance to run this while we were playing in Manland Day.
I was there too.
Yeah, we were part of We.
You weren't there.
Yeah, and you're about to not be here if you don't smarten the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
We were maybe a little inebriated to be trying to run the
A little?
for the first time.
Way up in Canada here, our beer it's a little more strong. So it's not like 5 or 6. It's like 2 or 3, and we crushed probably a 12 or a 2-4. Sorry.
Pretty
So
close.
yeah. Plus, I mean, among other Canadian partakes of greatness.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So why don't we take a look at this video and we'll talk about it right after.
Boom. Oh, missed it.
Launch Delta Wing. Initiate aerial reconnaissance.
This is Denova. Republic scouts discovered it last year. An unremarkable planet, except for its vast deposits of iridium, a key component in high-yield explosives. 3 months ago, the Empire discovered Denova's location, learned of the iridium deposits, and invaded. We couldn't spare our own forces to secure Denova, so we contracted a Trandoshan mercenary army, the War Stalkers. Tough warriors, never lost a fight. Gone rogue, and taken our enemies with them.
Your numbers are dwindling.
Well, that was exciting. Guys, I really want to get to that ATS. I can't, or AT, whatever the heck it is. I can't, I think that's going to be a cool fight. We had a chance to get all the way up to the third boss, that minefield boss, where your numbers are dwindling in the video, he says. Honestly, guys, I thought I had a lot of fun. A lot of cool mechanics. Way more involved than any of the 2 raids before it. The 1.2 raid, or operation, I guess I should say, drink. But yeah, a lot of cool things. Stock, you had a chance to tank this for the first time. What did you think about just the fights that you got to do? You got to be involved in the tank battle and the minefield as well.
It was, it felt more like a raid. Let's just start off and say that. I mean, it was, we weren't face rolling it for one, which the first time we did Eternity Vault, it felt like an 8-man flashpoint, right? This felt like a, I said raid, but it felt like a full on hard, that 8 people should be there or you'll die. And it was really fun. The mechanics, they're swapping it around, splitting up the groups, which I like. And, I mean, one thing I will say is see that big droid at the end. I mean, I don't know if it's probably been said before, but droids are definitely the dragons of this game. I think it's going to be droids all over the motherfucking place, right?
Yeah. There's just going to be just droids everywhere. Dimbo, you and I had a chance to heal the instance, or the operation. I'll get this. Don't worry. What'd you think?
Brutal.
What'd you think?
Great mechanics, really impressed. I am a little bit confused on the story as far as why we're there. I guess I don't remember
Simulation.
that.
We want all the explosive metals.
Yeah, yes,
And all of our guys went rogue and joined the Trandoshans.
Oh yeah.
Because we sent a Nautilin to lead them.
Yep, yeah, that was a great
Only
idea.
humans and Chish should be leading them.
I know, right? Only humans and Chish. But no, I mean, I liked the first fight, and then I did like the second fight. It was kind of hard from a healer's perspective of, splitting your groups up, for range and melee, and then at this point of the fight, this tank has to switch with, with this tank, and then you got to move a DPS over to balance out DPS, and so now you're assigned to my group, and now you're not assigned to my group, and you're out of range, and am I supposed to be healing you? So I mean, it was definitely more difficult, more challenging, which I did like and enjoy, but part of me does want every now and then just a good old tank and spank, like
yeah, you love tank and spanks, Timbo. That like if you had your way, every fight in this game would be tank and spank. Stock, I don't know what you're doing to that fucking Twi'lek, but stop it.
Sorry,
Stop
she
it
needs
right
it.
now.
She just.
Jesus
I'm gonna call
She's
Nimro,
expensive.
okay?
She's expensive, man. Can we wrap this up,
the
man? I gotta get out of here.
The
The pouncer.
dirtiest things I've seen you do in a long time, and I've known you since I was knee-high to a duck. Just stop it. Stop it right now. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. We were able to get the first couple bosses down in story mode. We weren't really going hardcore into it, guides all the way. Like I said, I was a little bit drunk to be healing. Stock was a little drunk to be tanking. Apologize to all those guildies out there who are just.
Hey, we did not too bad.
I mean,
progress.
yeah,
We called it.
It's not bleeding edge, that's for sure. What do you guys think about a European guild already clearing the hard mode content?
Props.
Don't stop. It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Can they? I mean, I don't know. Like maybe get a job? Is that rude or?
Wow.
I mean,
Wow, that's kind of hateful. Maybe just
Sorry to
be
all
better,
our European
Dimbo. Maybe
viewers
be
out
better.
no, I mean that's cool for them, great for them. I mean that's what they're into, and that's their end game. You know, like hey, they want to be the first, and you know maybe they planned it and took the day off. You know, and good for them. And I think I think it's cool. It's not my end game how I want to play the game, but definitely props to them,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Definitely, I felt like it was a lot harder, a lot more challenging than anything we played before. James Olin actually had an interview with Zam.com. They're the guys that bring you Torhead, and they found that in testing, the players actually said that it was ridiculously challenging, and it's very popular because of that. So.
That's fantastic.
It sounds like they're
looking
listening
for.
to it. Like honestly, I was a little disappointed when we just mashed face onto keyboard and cleared hard mode in one go. Just because, like, what you clear it in one go, what do you do later? Like, so I cleared this in one day, and now I gotta wait 3 months for a new raid. I'm sorry, I don't. If this raid takes me 2 weeks to clear, what do I care? I'll put it on farm. One raid later.
Before we move on here, I just want to ask you guys, what do you guys think of Trandoshans being the next playable race?
No, they don't speak basic, man, so much. Damn it. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
we've talked
there's
about that in the
way
past,
better
and I
races
just
to
don't
come out
think it's
before
gonna
that.
happen. Yeah.
If you can't get a Rhodian before you can get a Trandoshan, I'm gonna be pissed.
All right, well, fuck me, right?
Nope.
She will, though. For a lot of money.
Yeah, so like we said earlier, we had a chance to run some Flashpoint and Novar Coast Warzone. So first of all, I had a lot of fun in Novar Coast Warzone. I thought this Warzone was really well put together. I think the scoring mechanic is awesome.
It's Novar.
It's Novar Coast. What am I saying?
Okay. Novar.
No, it's Novar. Novar, sorry, yeah. Like you're nowhere, he said. Novar.
Exactly.
Novar. I have no idea where I am. So the scoring mechanic is really cool. I think it's neat that you can capture faster the more guys that you have on the node. Dimbo, problem we ran into in the Warzone was that you can stand on the panel and make it really hard for other players to click it, right?
Yeah, I kind of foresee that becoming where they're going to make that panel larger, where maybe like that whole panel is clickable, you know?
Like we're seeing in the video now, like where basically that entire back thing would be.
Right, yeah. Instead of that small little, unless that's part of the strategy, part of the thing they went to. I know with the first couple times out with how we played, that's what we were doing is like standing right there, clicking it because I thought you had to. And once I realized and found out that you didn't have to, I was like, everyone was fighting on top of the button. And I was just standing in the back, like kind of sniping it, and and we were taking objectives. I love this new Warzone. By far my favorite, and it's not just because it's the flavor of the month. It's just it just appeals to me, and I haven't played Hutball since Thursday.
I think I've run 6 or 7 Warzones, maybe,
and I'm totally okay with that. You know,
for now it's pretty good. For now, it's
what?
good.
I haven't actually played a Hutball since the patch. Like I got another Alderon today before we did the show, and I haven't had a Hutball since. And you know what? The next time it pops, I'm actually gonna be really excited for it because if we all remember way back when, before it came, the game came out, everyone was super, super excited for Huttball.
That's all I wanted to
And
play
then
at Comic-Con. I didn't get. I didn't get to play it. I played Alderaan and probably like 3 or 4 times.
And all we wanted to do was try Huttball.
Yeah, and Musco lied right to my face. He said it was going to be Huttball in the fan site PvP.
Listen.
Yeah,
So
but I mean,
I just want to say that I was not one of those people that was excited about Huttball. I don't know why. It's just that everyone was like Huttball, 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 and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not really into it.
That was the announcer, I think. He said Huttball, Huttball.
Huttball.
Yeah, see, you can see me channeling it right now, and and that's when I kind of realized that you can stand 10 feet out and do it, and that changes the game, I think, for this Warzone, because just the way the mechanics work, and I love how people are channeling it back and forth, and it's very visual, and you can see what's going on. And the more people you have on it, obviously you got to balance that between people that are fighting and whatever, and locking down healers, and people channeling. You got to kind of bounce that around, but you get that going right, and you can sop up some good points there.
Yeah, and I wonder if eventually though they're gonna put a timer on this Warzone.
Oh, really?
There's no timer on this Warzone right now,
before,
because right now you have to have 2 turrets in order to score. So basically, if you don't have these 2 turrets, you're not scoring, and there's no way to just tick it down like there is in Alderaan. Like once someone captures 1 turret, Alderaan will end.
Right, so what they're going to need to do is put it on like a Huttball timer, like a 15-minute timer, because a lot of times what happens is you'll pretty much both sides will control one, and then they'll be fighting over the second. Well, when it's not controlled, when it's being pulled back and forth and you don't own it, it's not ticking down.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's causing the Warzone to maybe last longer, which is fine with me, because right now VoidStar is so quick that I can't get enough medals to actually get credit for being in VoidStar.
Don't worry, that's getting fixed. Daniel Erikson had a post about that today.
Oh, cool. I have to go read that.
Yeah, so basically, I'll read it right now. Just, they're changing the...
Coming to you live.
Breaking news from Daniel Erikson. Some follow-up news from observations of play and feedback over the weekend. In the next couple of days, we will be deploying a small patch that will address the following issues. As discussed, minimum medals to gain rewards will go from 3 to 1 to better reward those who are backfilled into war zones that are already taking place. War zones will once again be shutting down when population imbalance is detected. This was an unfortunate bug that where a feature of ranked war zones basically not letting you back out to avoid the loss. Completion of war zones will gain a large increase in the percentage of rewards that it represents. So while scoring is still the primary driver, you will cease to see games that give no rewards if players have a minimum of 1 medal earned. So it sounds like that's kind of gonna your concern there is gonna kind of go away. But let's jump into the Flashpoint stock. I mean, we had a chance to run this on hard mode.
I was not there.
No, you weren't. And as I said, you're about to not be here.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
stock.
I can't help it that I'm trying to make this this video cast as awesome as our video cast from last night was.
Yep. Yeah, you're not doing a very good job. No. Stock. We had a chance to do this on hard mode, and I don't know why we rolled hard mode half in the bag, not having any idea how to do these bosses. But
well, it's because we thought our gear was elite, and I was in full Ricotta, and I was like, fuck it, we'll be fine.
Yeah, I would like to say I just did not vote on the difficulty level.
It is hard. Yeah, I voted hard mode, but this fight that you're watching right now is really, really fun. Once we figured it out, obviously, stay the hell away from that electrical stuff. The healers in the range kind of walk around the outside, and the tank kind of make sure he's not doing what I'm doing right now, and bring it over towards them. But yeah, it's
at this point we're pretty much screwed when all that lightning just annihilates.
I really feel like they're stepping it up with the boss mechanics and stuff, and it's not the tank and spank, and I like that because it's all you did in WoW, right? Well, maybe not all, but.
But a lot more coordination in this Flashpoint than I've seen in a lot of the other ones, right?
Yeah, so I'm excited that they're stepping up their game, and the content that they're releasing is got some depth to it. They're not just, except except for pulling ranked war zones. They're not just slapping shit out there, right?
Yeah, I would
this
say though
stuff's-
that a lot of the stuff seems a little bit overtuned. The new Flashpoint is
Little tough.
It's
Little tough.
it's pretty tough. I mean, we're
For the items that you get in there, yeah,
we're rolling
tough.
pretty much full Ricotta, and you get Call Me gear from bosses and Ricotta from the very end. So, but I mean, we've had this conversation before. Like the items in like the gear in game, just the itemization in general is kind of a little weird. Like I just feel like there's not enough loot in general.
Yeah.
Like there's no Watcher's loot of elite noob ponage. Like
Yeah.
it's all Call Me and Ricotta or Energize and TNEs or whatever. Like there's no random gear. It's all set gear. But I mean, I had a lot of fun. Dimbo, have you had a chance to take a run at this Flashpoint yet?
No, I didn't have time to do this. I tried the other day to pug a hard mode K on Under Siege to try and get half the weekly done, and made the mistake of believing people when they said that they had run the Flashpoint before and everything, and it's just try to give the community the benefit of the doubt. But next time I'll just wait for you guys to log on and we can face roll it in 45 minutes and be done. So.
Yeah, that's what we thought was going to happen too. But,
I am looking forward to doing the new one. I just think I'll enjoy it more if I'm with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course you will. Look at
So
us.
one of the very last things we got out of this week, great night Thursday, running the raid. Had a lot of fun. We were a little, frustrated about how much we weren't face rolling it, but Friday morning rolls around. They had released a small patch 1.2.0a, and it had, done a little back in time.
Gonna go back in time.
So yeah, it basically rolled some of the areas back to pre 1.2, and so
I don't know what happened.
Guild banks are gone. The crystal vendor's back.
Millions of credits disappear.
Yeah. Nerd rage abound on Twitter. So they ended up having to take the servers down from about it's like 9:30 or 10 Eastern until 3 or 4 o'clock. And they decided
and put Manland Day in jeopardy.
We were a little concerned. We were a little concerned that the servers were just never going to come back up again, and we were going to have to just stare at each other for a whole night and not play any video games.
Nope, that's what my wife and I had to do last week. The reason I missed the show last week was because lightning striked close to our house, burned out my modem box and my DVR box, so we had no TV and no internet, and we were just like, what the hell
Dude,
did people do?
I'm saying
I can tell you what we didn't do.
I'm saying you're like one step away from zombie apocalypse in that story.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually well equipped for zombie apocalypse.
So, I mean, they decided the only course of action was to give every current subscriber in the game one free day of playtime. So, good news. If you've got a level legacy level 6 or level 50 character, you're getting 31 days of free playtime.
31. If I could do that with my fingers, I would, but I can't, so...
31. I don't know how this translates to being. I think
maybe if I had Rackle disease and I exploded some fingers, I could do 31, but I can't.
I don't know what that means. So the very last thing, we want to put out a thank you to JT HollowNet, Jason Taylor, writer for Corellian Run Radio. He's gone ahead and spotlighted us again on his HollowNet links. Last week, obviously, our first video cast on TGN, and there you see us just below the one and the only airbrushed abs himself, Daniel Erikson. Yep, that's him. Then Jason was nice enough to spotlight us again on his website, and Stock, I know you took special notice of one little thing on his page here.
Oh, I did?
You did. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Just above Larry Everett from Massively.
Poor Larry Everett gets pushed down the old HoloLinks page from Keyboard Heroes, but that's okay. That's all right.
I don't know how. He's
thanks to JT. He always features my Dimbo the Trooper stuff in his HoloNet links, so we appreciate him taking the time to do that.
The funny thing is, he still calls us a wild, those wild Canadians. I don't know. Have we fully told him that Dimbo's from Texas? I don't know.
He
if that's a
knows.
thing. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So, guys, I think that's gonna.
You can tell because I say y'all.
Y'all ready for the salad bar now. Guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up episode 47. Just before we go, we want to just that's still not a thing. Just before we go, we want to put out the recruitment. If you're playing on the Volcar Highway server, you want to play Empire on the Volcar Highway server, come on over to keyboardheroes.ca, fill out an application, and get a hold of us in game, where we can team up and fight the scum of the Republic together. Brothers in arms, and we will absolutely just mash on Republic. So that's about it for us, guys. Dimbo, why don't you give everyone an update on Dimbo the Trooper, and tell people where they can find you on the interwebs.
Yeah. Shout out to our new TGN audience. We appreciate you guys. Hope that you're enjoying. Come on over to keyboardheroes.ca, as we like to say, or whatever our TGN channel stuff. I have a contract. I don't have to do the technical stuff, so SWTOR will fill you in on that later.
Contract doesn't do anything.
But yeah. And shout out to Bootleg Media, formerly Bootleg Radio. Love those guys. I write fan fiction about a trooper named Dimbo and his adventures in Star Wars: The Old Republic. If you want to check that out, please go to dimbotrooper.wordpress.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Dimbo56, which is where I do like a lot of my personal tweets or SWTOR tweets. And then I also have a Twitter account for Dimbo Trooper.
Have our old banner up there, man. You're terrible.
It's at Dimbo Trooper. That's technical.
I don't run your website, man.
Yep. At Dimbo Trooper on Twitter, which is where I announce, like, hey, a new episode dropped today, that kind of stuff. I'm actually currently, my story is taking place on Terrace, and Terrace is about to wrap up. I have 2 more parts to release on Terrace, which are both sitting in my editor's inbox right now.
Yep, they are.
And soon you'll find out where Dimbo's adventures are going to take him next.
Yes, I will.
Send me an email, dimbotrooper@gmail.com, or leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I guess you can like our video on YouTube. You should do that too.
Also, subscribe to TGN SWTOR.
Yep.
YouTube.com/TGN SWTOR.
Yep. And just thanks for listening, guys. We love our old listeners, and we're happy to greet and meet our new listeners, watchers.
Absolutely. All right, Stock, why don't you tell people where they can find you on the internet and stop playing with your exploit?
Well, it's pretty fun, and this girl's hot back here, even though she's hollow. See what I did there?
Only girl you're going to get is the one that you deploy yourself. Or inflate yourself.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at CallanKBH. You can email me callankbh@gmail.com. And of course, I would always invite anyone. If you're creating any video, machinima, whatever, guides, PvP, anything that you think that we would like to have on the show, talk about, showcase a little bit. Email the show to kbh@tgn.tv. We'd love to have your content, and we'll give you obviously some full props on the show, and that's pretty much it. Just come over to the website and look over some, join us, because we need some more peeps.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. If you want to get a hold of me, you can find me at SideOrKBH on Twitter. If you want to get a hold of the Guild on Twitter, you can find us at keyboard_heroes. That's where we run the podcast Twitter as well. And you can also find the Guild on iTunes or at keyboardheroes.ca. For myself, SideOrKBH, CallanKBH, and Dimbo the Mayor. Thank you for watching episode 47.
See you next week, fools.